ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
And then we get those toes. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Revoltech action figure review on the figure complex Amazing Yamaguchi Iron Spider. Trying to get your import figures? You can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
While you're down there, I ask you to please hit that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thanks to Amazing Yamaguchi and Big Bad Toy Store for making this review possible and setting me up with this review sample over here. Oh my gosh, I had never gotten one of these as a review sample before. Very excited to open this. I actually already had it pre-ordered, so yeah, I'm stoked as hell and feel very lucky. Thanks you guys and thanks viewers. Nice images on the side right over here, as always, with the packaging from Amazing Yamaguchi. And then you get all these kinds of speech bubbles throughout. If you want to read them, you can go ahead and pause it right now. You get option parts right over there at the bottom. And then on this side right here, you can see the Iron Spider. It says sample. The window creeps up a bit to the top right over there. And then on the bottom, you can see another image of the Iron Spider punching Iron Man. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the Iron Spider out of the packaging. And just looking at the aesthetics, I really like what I'm seeing over here, especially with the variations of gold. This does come with a lot of accessories, so let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll get a closer look at the figure. Sorry about the ray of light over here. It's when I record early in the AM. I get this sunlight coming in. Can't do anything about it, but you can see that we get 4 sets of interchangeable hands. We get the 4 arms right over here, 2 webs, then these 2 apparatuses over here, and then 6 Revoltech pegs. An ample amount of accessories, but not too much. I think this is the perfect amount. And everything looks really good over here. I like how the gold over the red looks on these. Everything has a nice shiny finish. 2 webs right here looking pretty sweet. And you could go ahead and port this into the whipping hands. You have a little peg right there for them, so you could port that in like that, so that's pretty cool, and you could rotate it around. You also have a hole in the fisted hands where you could make it look like he's swinging from a web that he's hanging on to or something. It doesn't port perfectly in here. I find it better to just get it resting one way or another. You can try to do that, but that doesn't really look so right, and it falls right out. So I wish this fit in here a little better, but you know, there's sometimes I'm able to make it work, sometimes I'm not. And then these right here are for plugging in extra arms to the back of the figure, so you could see you could fit a Revoltech joint right in either through any one of these really, but I'm going to demonstrate that in a second. So you get 2 of these, but I wanted to get a closer look at least one of these arms. They are all identical to each other and they look amazing. We also get the Amazing Yamaguchi stand. I don't want to forget that. You know, there's the Amazing Yamaguchi stand. It also comes with this clamp right over here, which I am not too fond of, and then you also get this magnetic stand right over here that you could plug into the figure, and then you could plug it or put it on a refrigerator or something. Anything that's magnetic and it'll stay there. It's a pretty strong magnet. But one thing I really like is that they have these ports right over here on these hinges of the arms. So if you wanted to do the super long arm, you can port in the Amazing Yamaguchi stand right there, and you could use that to support these legs or arms. Anyway, I keep calling them arms. But yeah, the rib pattern right over here, the variation of gold, I love that. Just really nice sculpt and everything. To demonstrate porting this onto the figure, you could go ahead and port 3 arms on right over here. You also have a port on the back of Spidey, so you could port just the stand in there. So you can easily just have the 3 that we originally see him with. But later on, we do see a 4th arm come out of nowhere. I can't remember exactly which comic run. I think it was when after he had lost the suit and then got the suit back, it came back with extra arms. If I remember correctly, that's how it went down. But yeah, you could use that right there, and now you could add a complete 4-set pair of arms, and that looks pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't look like how it did in the comics, but you know, from the front you could pose it around, do what you want to. Another option you have right here, which is great, you could shorten any of these legs by removing some of them right over here. You could remove some of these joints and then make a much shorter leg like that if you wanted to, or you can make it much longer. So there it is at its normal length, kind of pointy over here too, which I kind of like. It shows quality, right? But anyway, yeah, let's get this leg, and then we can just remove this end right here, and then get rid of one of these Revoltech joints at the end of this. plug that in, and now you have this much longer leg. And each of these legs on their own is about 7 inches across, if you just wanted to know. Another cool thing you could do with these right here is if you take off the spiky ends right here, you could kind of make like a scorpion claw kind of thing. So take an extra Revoltech peg, port it in there, and then port it into the end right over here, and then you can grab one of these and port, and then now you have this whole function going on, which is really cool. So you can make these kind of ends for your tentacles or your spider arms for Spider-Man. I mean, you can only do it twice, but still very cool. So I really like how the paint came out on this figure. You have a lot of glossy, shiny red throughout, and then, of course, very metallic gold right over here. Tiny little paint glob right over there. But yeah, I think it looks really good. I do like it quite a bit. And then you can see that we get all these paneled sections and stuff. For the most part, the paint is very clean. So a lot of nice, clean gold over the red on this figure. So I am impressed with that. I do like this sculpt as well. Like the whole Iron Spider logo right here on the chest looks really good. When you move the joints around, you can see how they kind of fall into place a bit. And a little hair on my finger. But yeah, this looks really nice. I like the musculature. There's parts where the Revoltech joints really do stick out. Like there's nothing I could do about this. I keep wanting to push this forearm in to hide that, but nope, you won't be able to hide it. So that can be unfortunate, but it's kind of just part of the deal when you get these Revoltech figures. You're going to run into some weird stuff, man. Like these legs. Oh, and I had a sample printed on mine right there. I'm going to see if I could scratch that off. I don't see why you have to do that, man. It's all over the box and stuff. You didn't put it on the figure. I mean, damn. I guess I shouldn't complain because it was free, but I wanted to buy this anyway, so I don't know. But anyway, the inside of the thighs have this extra plastic right here, and I think that's meant to hide the joints when you get the legs spread out and everything. I guess it helps and stuff, but sometimes it gets a bit wonky having all that extra plastic in the crotch pits. I do love the musculature though. The sculpt looks really good. There's your spider butt right there. And then again, the gold is just really nice and vibrant. A little bit of extra gappage around the ankles right over here from what I'm used to seeing with the other amazing Yamaguchi figures, but it does help with the articulation. There are no peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Okay, so Revoltech articulation segments, always the funnest. Okay, so as you know, a Revoltech joint has a hinge and then it has 2 swivels on each end, right? So that's what you're getting throughout the figure. You can move the head up very far and it will move down. That's with both neck and head joint movement right there, so that's great. Awesome amount of pivoting right over here with both the neck and head joints, and of course you could turn the neck and head side to side. You get the joints right over here for the shoulders, or the butterfly joints anyway. It kind of shifts side to side like that. You can also move it outward a little bit too if you really wanted to do that, and then your actual shoulder joint moves outward that much, and you can fold that all the way down, rotate a full 360. It's going to have a weird angle to it, and then getting that back into place. No actual bicep. Well, it rotates at the shoulder right here. It's not a bicep cut though. And then you get the Revoltech joint that bends all the way in right there for the elbow. You could also rotate at the forearm right there, and then you get the same Revoltech joint at the wrist, and it hinges up and down depending on how you have it configured. You get the Revoltech joint right there at that diaphragm. It kind of has a little bit of an angle to it. Great pivoting, and it will crunch forward, and the waist joint has a similar articulation. So with both joints, wow, and moving that head, and wow, you a dirty guy, Iron Spider. I mean, wow. You can really get a clear view under there, man. But hey, there you go. You could bend all the way back that much right there. I was just surprised to see him bend that far forward. But yeah, the waist joint can pivot right there as well. So great amount of movement. And the plastic right here at the pelvis is pretty soft. I like that. You can get the legs all the way outward so you can do the splits. And then again, you're going to want to make sure that you tuck this piece of plastic underneath the crotch area right there. You'll kick forward very far and back. You get this odd thigh cut right over here, and it actually kind of wiggles a little bit. You get the single jointed knee that it's a Revoltech joint, bends all the way in. You also get a joint right here at the kneecap to help cover up that space, and then you get rotation at the calf, a little bit of wobbling at the calf right here as well, depending on how you have that configured. That's such a trip, man. Ankles do move down. You want to get this little spiky point, above this whole gold piece right here, and then Same thing, move them up. You get beautiful ankle pivot. You get side-to-side motion right there at the ankle and toe articulation. Now to measure out this Iron Spider figure, you can see that it is standing just a little over the 6.5 inch mark. And for a size comparison, we have the Iron Spider next to the regular Spider-Man from Amazing Yamaguchi, and I do like that they stand at the same height. I think that's great, but man, this is such a huge improvement compared to this figure over here. I mean, just getting this guy vanilla pose, taking him out of my display and getting him like this, that was really tricky. Not a lot of fun. I wouldn't be surprised if they took a second jab at Spider-Man, just the regular suit, you know what I mean? I wouldn't mind that, maybe, I don't know. And then here's Iron Spider next to the Amazing Yamaguchi, Captain America, and Iron Man. And for the record, that leg is not supporting the figure. He's standing on his own with this up in the air down there. But anyway, I do like the red and golds. I like how they're similar between these two figures right here, even though the red is very different, a lot more metallic red on the Iron Man, which is fine with me. Then for an Iron Spider comparison, we have our Amazing Yamaguchi next to the Marvel Legends MCU Iron Spider. Then for the Iron Spider comparison, we have the Amazing Yamaguchi next to the not Marvel Legends, but the Hasbro Spider-Man series Iron Spider that came out over 10 years ago, or about 10 years ago. Anyway, I do think we need a new Marvel Legends comic Iron Spider. I really like the metallic shiny part on the red portions of the figure. However, the yellow is very flat. You can see that red is almost comparable to the Amazing Yamaguchi Iron Man right over here, right? But I still like this. It does look very comic accurate. Then here's the Amazing Yamaguchi Iron Spider next to the Marvel Legends Retro Vintage Collection Spider-Man, and they do stand at the same height. So hey, this will fit into your Marvel Legends collection. Sweet. Then here's the Iron Spider next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Ooh, fancy suit, brother. Do you think I can... So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please simply move that cursor over and hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you're in a position to do so and this content has helped you in your purchase making decisions, hope you support the channel via the Tron and membership links below. Big thanks to all these people that do currently support. I have bonus content up there all the time. Anyway, this figure is very cool. I was looking forward to getting it. Again, I had pre-ordered it, didn't expect to get an early sample, and here we go. So I really like the figure regardless. I do have minor gripes, I guess. I really don't have many problems with I guess getting the webbing into the hands, right? Like that is a problem for those fisted hands, but really I was still able to pull it off. I think it's a badass looking piece. I want to show it off with all 4 legs right over here. I love the options and everything. It's a sick ass figure, man. What else can I say? At the price point of around $90, I'm gonna give this Iron Spider a sud rating of I love it. And I'd like to know what you guys think. I'm really happy with this piece. Like I really can't think of anything that I wish was really done differently. I mean, you know, the issues I have with it are mostly the issues that I have with all of the Amazing Yamaguchi figures. So I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see a photo gallery of images from this review, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me over on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.
Crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.